I think it needs to be a combination of both.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you could be a dude that was born strong and fast and big, but you a dickhead. And what might happen is you might end up being a bully. There's nothing alpha about being a bully. You're picking on people that can't win. See what I'm saying? There's nothing courageous about that. But maybe that kid might have had the potential to be an alpha, but he didn't have anybody instill that mindset in him. So that talent is wasted. You see what I'm saying? So I think it would need to be the combination of both. And then you can have somebody that's like Captain America, but not Captain America because there's no super soldier serum. He's Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He 5'6", but he got a heart of gold. He's admirable. You know what I'm saying? He's courageous. He's integral, but he too light to fight. He too thin to win.
The main thing about today, we're talking about, do you believe alphas are born or do you think they're made? What is your opinion? I say, well, I'm gonna ask your opinion. Go ahead.
I think that it's like anything else that one could be superior at, or one that, or anything else that someone could be in the top echelon of. It's going to have to be a combination of nature and nurture,
Hmm.
because you're not going to have nobody in the NBA that didn't have the talent and the genetics in combination with the practice, the determination, honing in these skills, dedicating themselves to this sport, to this craft, which is why it's called a discipline. You're not you get you gonna it's gonna you're gonna have to have both. To perform at that level, you gotta have both. You're not gonna have a guy who didn't have talent, didn't have the genetics, but he just worked so damn hard. He just worked so hard. I mean, it's highly unlikely. You could show me Muggsy Bogues, but he still was extremely athletic.
Yeah,
And he
extreme.
was to be able to dunk the ball. That means he had genetics. Just because he wasn't tall doesn't mean he didn't have superior genetics. But he put that with the work ethic, and he was able to play with the best of them. So now, if you're talking about an artist, I gave up on art for almost 20 years. I didn't make a piece. I didn't paint nothing. I didn't draw nothing, sketch nothing, no crayons, nothing, because I didn't understand what filled in the space between you're born with some talent, and then the artists that you look at that are amazing, that are exceptional. I
Yeah.
didn't understand what filled in that space in between. And what fills in that space in between is honing in on your skills, practicing, up all night, practicing. You get up early in the morning, you get something to eat real quick, you drink a little bit of coffee, and then you back practicing. All right? You're making work, you hate it, you tear it up, you throw it away, you're frustrated, you get back, you practice some more. That's what was in between just being a talented kid that liked to draw and color and being fucking Picasso, right? So there had to be the nature, born with a natural talent and inclination for it, but then also the nurturing of it. Someone to sit you down and tutor you, someone to teach you, someone to push you, someone to encourage you, someone to not let you give up because you don't understand that what's missing is the discipline, right? So I think it's the same thing when you talk about an alpha. There is going to be somewhat of a genetic component to it. It is going to be somewhat of a DNA component to it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then a lot of it is going to be, who did this person follow to become a leader? What did this person go through to be made stronger, to be made more resilient? You understand what I'm saying? What is this person's motivation? Who was the person that was making sure that this person had character, this person had some type of values and morals, that had some code that you get what I'm saying? Some type of code that they followed. Where's the integrity? Right? So that was born strong and fast and big, but you a dickhead. And what might happen is you might end up being a bully. There's nothing alpha about being a bully. You're picking on people that can't win. See what I'm saying? There's nothing courageous about that. But maybe that kid might have had the potential to be an alpha, but he didn't have anybody instill that mindset in him. So that talent is wasted. You see what I'm saying? So I think it would need to be the combination of both. And then you can have somebody that's like Captain America, but not Captain America because there's no super soldier serum. He's Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He 5'6", but he got a heart of gold. He's admirable. You know what I'm saying? He's courageous. He's integral, but he too light to fight. He too thin to win.
Yeah.
So, so how he gonna be alpha? How he gonna dominate? You ain't gonna dominate with your principles. It's not gonna work. Hey, you bully, stop throwing stones. That's not right. Pick on someone your own size. Shut up, little man. Take your lunch money too.
And I agree. And I agree. I think a lot of times, like, we all have, like, I'll tell you a story about my friend from high school, right? I don't care what room he enters, he just has the natural gift. He just, he- I don't know. He could talk to a girl and say cheeseburger, and she'll just give him his number. I'll be like, yo, how do you do that? But then I think about the other guys and think about myself, and I'm like, yo, I learned a certain skill and I'm more confident based on the struggles and stuff. So I may not have the natural things that like he has, but I have also something that he doesn't, is the being told a now 1,000 no's. And when you have those, that makes me just as alpha because I don't have no fucking fear.
Right.
I always say there's a difference between somebody who's arrogant and there's a difference between somebody who understands the fear. And when you walk into certain spaces, arrogance is fine. Having confidence in yourself is fine, that you're going to win at any cost and you're going to do whatever it takes. But having a good fear of, okay, I need to make sure I'm using all my skills and I know how to handle certain situations and I'm recognizing the space that I'm in and I'm going to maximize my talents and abilities. That is just as good of a skill.
No, I mean absolutely. I mean, I think arrogance is just another thing that gets, misconstrued. There's people that they say, "Oh, this person's arrogant." It's like, are you sure that they're arrogant? You
Mhm.
see what I'm saying? I've heard people tell me Andrew Tate is arrogant. Are you sure he's arrogant? Because a lot of times when people can't relate to confidence, they don't understand being fully confident in yourself. I would bet on myself. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't have a plan just yet, but I know that I'll be able to come up with something because I've done it time and time again. And until you catch me slipping, until I drop the ball, it's not arrogance. See,
Yeah.
you might be recognizing it as arrogance. You're calling it out as arrogance, but you're not realizing arrogance is a false confidence. Arrogance is when you think you're the best, right? You
Mhm.
think you got it. You think you know it all. You think you're this, and this, but you're not. That's arrogance. When you believe that, but it's true, it's not arrogance.
Yeah.
You're just sure of yourself. Okay? And then there's also a difference between someone carrying themselves with that level of confidence and other people being offended by it. Therefore, to them, it's being arrogant. It's like, hold
Yeah.
on, am I being offensive or are you offended?